welcome back to The Average Drinker. I'm Dara, I'm your average drinker, and it's Thursday, and that means it's time for another whiskey review. And today I have one that I've been so excited to bring you. This is the newest batch of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. This is the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B522, 22 for 2022. Yeah, I just got that. Okay, maybe not just got it, but anyhow, that's what I'm reviewing today, but I'm also, so I'll give you my normal review, but I'm also going to finish it off with a blind. I have a blind of B522, of A122, and a private store pick from, hold on, brain fart, Hazel's in Colorado. It's a liquor store in Colorado. Anyway, it's one that finished at the top for me during a live stream. Like we did 6-way blind. Oh yeah, 6-way blind between barrel proofs. That one finished at the top for me then. So I really wanted to compare this one to a few others that I've liked or maybe not liked as much. I just want to see where it falls in that group because this one has been a really interesting one for me. As you can tell, drank quite a bit of it already, right? I've actually had several pours of this. And the more I drink of it, the more I feel conflicted, right? Because I'm seeing other people review it. And sometimes I don't want to watch others' reviews before I do my own. Because I have my own opinion, my own perspective, my own palate. Just like you at home, you're watching this, you might not get the same notes that I get. I might not get the same notes that, I don't know, Bourbon Junkies or ADHD Whiskey gets. We all have a different palate, and sometimes your palate changes based on what you ate that day and what you drink. So anyhow, I've drank a lot of this because I really wanted to give you guys a strong feeling of what I have for this. And I know some people are kind of mixed on it. Some people don't like it at all. Some people are okay, and some people love it. Just like some of the other barrel proofs in the past. So let's dive in. Let me give you my review. I'm going to give you an honest review like I always do. I'm going to be as transparent as possible. Now, let's dive into this one. This one comes in at 121 proof on the dot, right? 121 proof. Actually, I don't even know what the age of this is. Should I know what the age of it? 12 years old. Wow. Brain fart there for a second. 12 years old. So, let's dive into what it smells like, what it tastes like, and what I think the finish is, and my score. Alright, cheers everybody! On the nose, this has a very fantastic nose. Like, absolutely incredible on the nose. You get a light oakiness, and it's like a super rich, oaky, like cherry, caramelized sugar, like caramelized sugar, like creme brulee. It just smells very rich, very, very sweet on the nose. And then it comes through with a nice cinnamon, like a lightly toasted toast. So like if you were going to have cinnamon toast and you were going to put, your layer of sugar and your butter, and then you're just going to splash cinnamon on top of it. Well, unless you're me, then you like super coat it with cinnamon. But for me, this one reminds me of that toast along with a sweet richness. It's very, very sweet. This is probably one of the sweetest noses I've smelled on Elijah Craig Barrel Proof in a while. And we have a lot of bottles of ECBP. So the nose is great. The nose on this one is phenomenal. Now let's dive into the palate. Oh, if you like cinnamon and you like brown sugar and you like creme brulee, this is going to be one you're going to really, really, really enjoy. This is like creamy, buttery, oaky, cinnamon, just so much cinnamon that kind of just flies right in the beginning. I mean, it is loads of cinnamon. So if you're not a big fan of cinnamon, I'd stray away from this one. But this one is a lot of cinnamon. It drinks way lower proof to me than 121. Like, in my opinion, this drinks kind of closer to like maybe like 110, around 110. That's what it seems like. And it's creamy, like so creamy, buttery, like just that buttery, creamy toast, cinnamon, sugar, very, very sweet. It's very sweet, and it's got enough sweetness on it, but it also has, like I said, a lot of cinnamon. Now here is the conflicting part of this one for me. This is one that has made me like go a little crazy in the head because Bill and I are like divided on this bottle. Bill thinks the nose is great. He thinks the palate's great, which I've just told you. I think the nose is great. I think the palate's great. Now the finish. The finish is one that Bill says ends really quickly. For me, I think there's something different about the finish. The finish is not the richness that you're expecting when you're tasting it, right? Like right up front, right mid palate, you're getting all that sweet, rich caramel and cinnamon and caramelized sugar like creme brulee and just something super sweet and rich and some toffee, like sweet candy. But then it kind of just falls into this light creaminess with a layer of cinnamon. So to me, the finish doesn't die off, but it's not this super rich, slap you in the face, something that you expected, right? I do feel slightly disappointed in the finish. I mean, I'm getting like, even a little bit of leathery peppercorniness, like on the finish, kind of like rolls from the mid palate to the finish. But then it does that part, the peppery and the peppery part just kind of dies off a little bit. So I don't necessarily think it dies, but I could see how it might be perceived that way. So in my opinion, it's just not as rich. So I like this one. I enjoy it. Let me give you another swig here. Or a sip. I say swig, sip, whatever. It tastes good. Yeah, it really does taste good. It's really enjoyable. In my opinion, this is better than A122 and C921. I just really, really, really like it. I liked it from bottle crack right away. And with A122, it literally took me half a bottle before I even liked my bottle. So I think this one is better. I think it's more enjoyable. And that's why I'm going to give this one, I'm giving this one a different score. It's a little bit off from my actual score sheet because I don't have like quarter increments on my score sheet. But I am so conflicted on this one that I don't necessarily think it deserves a 4. And I do not think it deserves a 3.5. Think it is a 3.75, and that's what I'm going to go with because, well, it's my rating sheet, and I just decided to change it right now. With this bottle, I'm giving this a 3.75. I really like it. If you guys have tried it, I want to know what you think. Tell me your opinion. Leave it in the comments, like always. I'm always open to interpretation, right? What I taste, you might not taste. What you taste, I might not taste. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why we're drinking whiskey, right? We all have different palates. We all enjoy something different. This is just my opinion from me to you. So take it for what it's worth. But I really do enjoy this pour. It's really, really nice. Definitely better than C921 and A122. And if you have a sweet tooth and you really like desserts, especially cinnamon, like cinnamon layered desserts, go with this. This is so good. Anyhow, I got that out of the way. Now, let me pull up the other 2 bottles because I said I was going to do a blind, right? I just got like an extra taste of toffee as I'm sitting here, so I do get a little more flavor. Anyhow, enough of that. I'm bringing up these other 2 bottles. Okay, so I have all 3 of them in front of me. I have the B522, I have the A122, and I have this private barrel pick of ECBP, and this one comes in at 126.2 proof, and it is 10 years old. So it's right around they're all pretty similar, fairly similar proofs, not exactly perfect. This one's 126, these are about 121, so a little bit different, but not enough to be like, oh my gosh, I can definitely tell a difference. So those are the ones. I had Bill pour them in a blind for me. I'm going to set these to the side so I can drink through this blind, and we're going to see where B522 really shows up. My gut tells me the private barrel pick might finish on top. But who knows? I could be wrong. I've been known to be wrong before. So let's start off with glass number 1. We got 1, 2, and 3. Here we go. The nose is nice. Creamy, sweet, some chocolate, caramel, light oak. Not like smack in the face oak, but just a nice light oak. Not anything super rich on the nose, though. Let's take a sip. I always love the color on these. Super dark in color. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, it's that creamy, cinnamon, toffee. Not too warm. Definitely taste some of the oak on this one. It's good. It's definitely good. All right, I had to grab a water, but we got one now because I just kind of like to refresh my palate a little bit in between each one of these. And of course I spilled it. Like every single time. Without fail. Every time. I'm spilling stuff all the time. Sorry guys. Okay, now let's move on to number 2. And I'm going to drink these back through a second time, like I always do. Won't take all of your day, but I'm going to drink these and figure out what I really think. Oh, that is a way different smell on the nose. That's even sweeter. So this one has, the first one was like more of an oaky, dry, sugary, like cinnamony. This one is like sweet, rich. It feels like it has so much more depth on the nose. Like a cinnamon bear, like a very sweet, chewy cinnamon bear. Ah, it smells really nice. I actually really like the nose on this one. Ah, even a little bit of cherry. That's nice. Like a maybe it's because I'm thinking of a cinnamon bear, like the cherry cinnamony flavor, but that's what, even like a little bit of Swedish fish. And I'm only thinking of Swedish fish because I actually ate some Swedish fish over the weekend. And now I've got that, yeah, it kind of smells like that on the nose. Smells really nice. The nose on this one is really nice. Holy moly. That is creamy. That's chocolatey. Cinnamon. Oh, it's sweet, but not too sweet. It's rich and, oh, almost tastes like if I was looking like a really nice, rich, chocolatey, liquidy icing. Not like icing. Oh, that's good. Creamy, like almost if you were having cream in your coffee, but you had like a very rich, sweet cream with a lot of cinnamon in it. That is really like like cream cheese cinnamon roll icing. But like chocolatey, maybe if you added some chocolate chips in it. Red velvet cake. I gotta take a sip of that again. Yeah, red velvet cake, chocolate chips, cream cheese. Oh, wow. That's good. That has a better finish. It's good. That's good. All right, let's move on to the next one. The one thing that was missing out of the second one that I just tried that I really was hoping for was a little more cinnamon on the finish. Because you have all those really sweet creaminess, but there's like no cinnamon pow. And the proof doesn't taste like what it normally does. All right, moving on to number 3. That's also very sweet on the nose. Sweet, oaky, caramel, vanilla bean, a lot of vanilla bean, cream soda, creme brulee, yellow pound cake. Yeah, fluffy yellow pound cake. Smells nice. And there it is. That's really good. So it's almost like you combined 1 and 2 with that cinnamon and that creaminess. And then the spice. Oh, that's so good. And the finish, a lot of cinnamon. A lot of cinnamon. It's very sweet. Oh, that's really good. Okay. I got a preliminary ranking right now. Now I'm going to drink back through these real quick, kind of give them a final ranking. So my preliminary, that kind of came out weird. My preliminary ranking on these is 3, 2, 1, like backwards order. So like number 1 is number 3, number 2 is number 2, and I just had a brain fart. Anyhow, 3 is 1, 2 is 2, 1 is 3. That's where I'm at right now, but let me drink them back through. Let's give you a final ranking here. Because things can change when you drink stuff back through a second time. Two and 3 are very similar. 1 is different than both of them. Oh, that's good. Okay, yes. So I've got my final ranking now. No matter what, I'm going to tell you that all of these are very good. I love all of them. I would drink all of them. I would recommend all of them. So now it's time to find the answer. Find the results. Got the sheet in front of us. Says answers. Now let's figure it out. My final ranking is 2, 3, 1. Okay? So. Okay. So. Number 1 in this group. Actually, no, let's go last place. Last place is B522. And I will tell you this, that I was having a very tough time between last place and second place. I was back and forth on both of them. I could have went either way, but it's in last place. So B522 finished last. That's okay. Number 3 is the Hazel Store Pick. And, not like 3 on here, but number 2. Number 1 is actually A122. Shockingly enough, A122. So we have A122, the Hazel Store Pick, and B522. So, yes, B522 finished last. I think it's still very good. I think store picks, this is just proof that store picks are really, really good. And you can find them in most places. You don't have to look as hard for a store pick as maybe you do for these batches specifically. So my recommendation to you is, if you see a store pick, give it a try. It's worth it because it actually ranks right up there with the other batches. So there you have it. As always, thank you guys so much for watching The Average Drinker. I'm Dara, and well, I've been duped. Is that how you say it? Duped? I've been duped. I really thought that B522 would finish up higher. I actually thought it was better than A122, but in a blind, as you can tell, it didn't finish up there. So take that for what it's worth. A122 got a lot better for me. The middle of the bottle. But this is actually a brand new bottle. So there you have it. See you guys next time.